Valparaiso. Valparaiso, welcome back to the channel. Valparaiso, mate, you couldn't find a single vowel to save your life in that word, but trust me, this Chilean city is a riot. We're talking colorful houses clinging to hillsides, more street art than Banksy can shake a spray can at, and a vibe that's just, well, let's just say it's unique. So, buckle up as we take a whirlwind tour through the top 5 funniest places to visit in Valparaiso. And by funny, I mean interesting. Well, some of them are actually quite funny. You'll see what I mean. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Let's get this show on the road. First up, we're off to La Sebastiana, the former home of Chilean poet Pablo Neruda. Now, I'm not usually one for poetry. It's a bit like trying to follow a conversation after you've had one too many pints. But this place is something else. Neruda was a bit of an eccentric collector, see. We're talking ships in bottles, antique maps, masks from all over the world. You name it, he probably had it. Imagine a cross between a museum and your nan's house, but like a really cool nan who traveled the world and collected random stuff. And the house itself is built on a hill with all these different levels and staircases. It's like a labyrinth, but instead of a minotaur, you might bump into a stuffed penguin or a collection of seashells. Honestly, it's like Neruda went to a car boot sale and just said, "I'll take it all." But you know what? It works. It's bonkers, it's bizarre, and it's absolutely brilliant. Plus, the views from the top are stunning. Next, we're hopping on the Ascensor Arteria, one of Valparaiso's famous funiculars. Now, for those of you who don't speak Hillside City, a funicular is basically a cable car that goes up a really steep hill. Think of it like a roller coaster, but instead of screaming your head off, you get to enjoy some lovely views. Now, this particular funicular is over 100 years old, so it's not exactly what you'd call speedy. We're talking a leisurely crawl up the side of the hill, which is great for taking in the scenery, but not so great if you're in a hurry. I mean, you could probably walk faster. And the best part, at the top, you're rewarded with panoramic views of the city. It's enough to make you forget about the fact that you just risked your life on a piece of Victorian engineering. Get ready to feast your eyes on a kaleidoscope of color, because we're off to Paseo Gervasoni, Valparaiso Street Art Central. This place is like an open-air art gallery, with murals and graffiti covering every inch of every wall. Seriously, you can't walk down the street without tripping over a masterpiece. It's like Banksy, Da Vinci and Picasso all got together for a paint-off, and then invited a bunch of talented locals to join in the fun, from giant portraits to political statements, from abstract designs to just plain silly doodles. There's something here to catch everyone's eye. You could spend hours just wandering around, soaking it all in. And the best part? It's constantly changing. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're heading into the heart of Valparaiso, Plaza Sotomayor. This bustling square is a bit like the city's living room, where locals and tourists alike come to soak up the atmosphere. You've got your grand old buildings, your impressive monuments, your street performers trying to make a buck or two. And of course, no visit to Plaza Sotomayor would be complete without a close encounter with the local seagull population. These feathered fiends are bolder than a pigeon in a bakery, and they're not afraid to swoop in and steal your lunch if you're not careful. But hey, it's all part of the experience, right? Last but not least, we're finishing our tour at the Museo Aelobierto, which translates to open-air museum. Now, I know what you're thinking. You've already shown us enough street art to last a lifetime. And you know what? You're not wrong. But this place is different. It's not just random graffiti, though there's plenty of that too. This is like official street art. We're talking murals by some of Chile's most famous artists, scattered throughout the hills of Valparaiso. Think of it like a treasure hunt, but instead of searching for gold, you're searching for stunning works of art. And the best part, it's completely free. We've climbed more hills than a mountain goat, dodged more seagulls than a beach picnic, and seen enough street art to make our eyes pop out. Valparaiso, you've been a right laugh. If you enjoyed this whirlwind tour of Chilean chaos, then give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more travel shenanigans. And be sure to let me know in the comments below which of these wacky spots you'd most like to visit. Cheers.